Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to today's education based Indiana High School Athletic Association Varsity Boys Baseball. Today's radio coverage is made possible through audiosportsonline.net. That's ASO. That's Rob Kendall. You can see Rob Kendall weekday mornings, 9 a.m. to 12 noon. Just go to robkendallshow.com. Again, that's robkendallshow.com. You'll be glad you did. So we'll mention right here on the diamond right now, getting ready to have a baseball game. It's going to be the Tipton Blue Devils as they travel over from Tipton County. Going to do battle with the Lafayette Central Catholic Knights. The Knights have already had their infield outfield practice, and Tipton Blue Devils taking theirs right now. They've taken the outfield. Coach is still hitting to the outfield, but the coach working right there on the diamond, working some ground balls on the infield. So we'll talk a little bit about each school. First, we'll mention a little bit about the Tipton Blue Devils. Tipton Blue Devil High School has an enrollment of 454. They're in Class 2A, Sectional 39. Their sectional will take place at Sheridan High School. There are 6 in that sectional. We'll mention on Wednesday, May 27th, it'll be Frankton in Elwood. That'll be a 5 o'clock start. Then, same day on Wednesday, the 27th, Lapel, the Bulldogs, will take on Taylor. That'll be a 7:30 start. Of the two winners of those two contests, they'll play in the semifinal the next day. It'll be February 28th, a Thursday. That'll be a 5 o'clock game. And then we'll mention Sheridan Blackhawks, Tipton Blue Devils. They went straight to the bye. So they'll be in a semifinal. That'll be on the 28th. That'll be a 7:30 contest. Sheridan Blackhawks, Tipton Blue Devils. Again, that's Thursday, the 28th. And the championship game will be on Monday. It'll be Monday, June 1st, 6 o'clock start. The principal at Tipton High School is Mr. Craig Leach. The athletic director is Colin Quinn. The athletic trainer is Burke Emmert. Tipton High School is located at 619 South Main Street, Tipton, Indiana, 46072. You can dial them by phone by dialing 765 675 7431. On the web, you can find them at Tipton Athletics, that's plural.com. And then we'll also mention they wear the collars, blue and white. Tipton Blue Devils, they're finished up their infield outfield practice. We'll mention they do perform in the Hoosier Athletic Conference. And they're going to have a Hoosier Athletic crossover game. It's going to be this Friday, the 15th of May. They will be a home game for Tipton versus West Lafayette, the Red Devils. And we'll mention Tipton Blue Devils. They are currently 6 wins, 13 losses on the season, 1-5 in the Hoosier Conference. They have 4 wins at home, 4 losses at home. They have 2 wins on the road. They have 8 losses on the road. On a neutral site, they are 0-1. Tipton got a good win last night, 10-4 over the Tri-Central Trojans, and that was at Tri-Central. Tipton also got a good win about a week ago versus the Kokomo Wildcats Class 4A. I will mention Tipton Blue Devils. Their next game is going to be this Thursday, the 14th, 5:30 start time. The Northwestern Tigers will be at Tipton High School to do battle with the Tipton Blue Devils. So we're switching out the bases right now. They use the older bases for infield outfield practice. And then we'll go ahead and mention a little bit about Central Catholic. You mentioned the Knights. They have a school enrollment of 302. They're in Class 2A, Sectional 37. Their sectional will be played at North Montgomery High School. It'll be played at North Montgomery High School, and that's in Crawfordsville. There will be 7 teams involved. And we'll mention As on May the 27th, that's a Wednesday, 6 o'clock ball game. It'll be Rensselaer Central and Western Boone. We'll mention Central Catholic. They did draw the bye. They're the only team that drew a bye. Got the right ping pong ball out of the hopper. And they will play on Saturday, the 30th of May, a 1 o'clock game. And they will play the winner of Rensselaer Central, Western Boone. And we'll mention on Thursday, the 28th, 5:30 start. It'll be Delphi and Benton Central. Then same date, Thursday, the 28th at 7:30, it'll be Seeger in North Montgomery. The principal at Central Catholic High School is Dan Charleboy. The athletic director is Tim Bourdonnais. The assistant athletic director is Charlie Roberts. And the athletic trainer is Sarah Igo. Central Catholic High School is located at 2410 South 9th Street, Lafayette, Indiana, 47909. You can reach them by phone by dialing 765-474-2496. On the web, it's lccathletics.com. They wear the collars, navy and white. They also perform in the Hoosier Athletic Conference West Division, and they'll play a crossover game on Friday. It'll be a 6 o'clock start. The crossover game will be Lafayette Central Catholic at Logansport, the Logansport Berries. As mentioned, that'll be a 6 o'clock start. Logansport, they have synthetic field turf, so if some rain does happen, it might soak it up. We'll see that game might still take place because these weathermen, I tell you what, they're calling for rain every other day, and they don't know when it's going to happen. But anyway, Central Catholic Knights are currently 15 wins, 5 losses on the season. They're 7-1 in the West of the Hoosier Conference. Head coach is Tim Bourdonnais. Tim Bourdonnais is a 1987 graduate from Central Catholic High School. The Knights have 7 wins, 1 loss here at home. They are 6-4 on the road, and they are 2-0 on a neutral site. We'll mention the next game for the Knights. I just mentioned it. It's going to be Friday, but the Knights will play on Saturday. They'll have a 1 o'clock game at Cecina, home of the Crusaders. So they'll play Cecina on Saturday at 1 o'clock, and then they'll turn back around about 3 o'clock or thereabouts. They're going to play the Indianapolis Kings. The Kings were scheduled for Central Catholic, but they were rained out earlier in the season. So Coach Bourdonnais lined up a doubleheader. That doubleheader will be at Cecina on Saturday, 1 o'clock and near 3 o'clock. And I will also mention Coach Bourdonnais did add another game that's going to be on May 25th. It's going to be at 12 noon. 12 noon, it's going to be here at Central Catholic. They will do battle with the Hamilton Heights Huskies. So that'll be Saturday the 25th. Put that game on your schedule. So they're getting ready for the ball game, getting ready for infield, outfield. They're going to introduce, I think they have some Squires here. Squires, if you didn't know, Squires is their program that leads them up to high school. They have a program that has a 9-year-old team, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14-year-old teams. And they get their lowdown, and they get better and better, and they become a knight. So folks think it's all about recruiting, and it's not. The Knights are an in-house program. I know because I've umpired a few games of theirs. So anyway, they're getting ready to. The umpires have come up. They walked up. They're wearing the dark blue, and just going to be 2 tonight. I'm getting ready to have a plate meeting. Coach Bourdonnais, and then looking right there on the diamond. They're getting ready to have a plate meeting. And the coaches for the Tipton Blue Devils, Mr. Brian Johnson and Tim Davis. Brian Johnson, Tim Davis, getting hold of the ship right there, Tipton High School baseball. If you haven't seen Tipton's baseball field, it is incredible. Think the Marchand crew. Marchand, I don't know how they're related to Greg. Greg is the athletic director at Lewis Cass High School. He has been for more than 25 years. He told me one time, he said he did physical education as a teacher for 20, then he became the athletic director, and he has coached the baseball team the whole time. So we'll see him in the near future, Central Catholic in Lewis Cass. But anyway, the Marchand crew, they took the diamond there at Tipton High School. They took it down to dirt, the whole diamond. They replanted, they cut the infield, they replanted the outfield. They've got a new home run fence. About a week and a half ago, they put a blue mesh around the perimeter on that home run fence. Basically, you can't see in, you got to buy a ticket. But anyway, it looks nice, and it's a good backdrop for anyone who wants to see a baseball drop in front of it, even from a distance. It is a beautiful field right there. And then across the street by the hospital, they are now working on those diamonds. It is not fun. It's a shame of why the diamonds didn't get done before now, but it was because of a gentleman went to heaven, and he was the guy in charge of getting it done. For those who may not know, because I've umpired there too, and he ran the scoreboard right there on the big diamond. And what a gentleman! We are sorry to see him go, but we'll visit with him again one day. We sure will. So we'll mention the starting lineup for tonight's ball game. We're talking about the Tipton Blue Devils. They're going to bat like this. Batting first, number 21, Pearson Nasser. He'll play third base. Batting second, wearing number 0, Nick Nasser. He'll play shortstop. Batting third, number 2, Aiden Gibbs. He'll play right field. Batting fourth, wearing number 18, R.J. Catter. He'll play left field. Batting fifth, number 22, Nathan Hawkins. He'll play first base. Batting sixth, number 14, Evan Coe. He'll play second base. Batting seventh, number 6, that's Jaron Aller. He'll be the DH. Player DH, keep that in mind. He will bat in place of defensive player, center fielder, number 12, Max Aberton. Batting eighth for the Blue Devils, number 1, Jacoby Defoe. He'll be the catcher. Batting ninth, number 10, Heaton there we go. Dominguez, there we go. Dominguez, that's Keaton Dominguez. He'll be the pitcher in today's ball game. So they're introducing the Knights right now, and we'll mention the Knights. Their batting order will be as such. Batting first, number 34, Isaiah Hopkins. He'll be the catcher. Batting second, number 3, L.J. Whitford. He'll be the shortstop. Batting third, number 12, Alex Schumer. He'll play third base. Batting fourth, number 30, Gus Sandberg. He will be the player DH, and he will bat in place of defensive player Ali Bourdonnais. Ali Bourdonnais will play center field. He wears number 20. Batting fifth for the Knights, number 11, Mikey Stapleton. He'll play second base. Batting sixth, number 21, Hayden Keller. He'll play right field. Batting seventh, number 41, Brennan Van Kirk. He'll play left field. Batting eighth, number 19, Colton Geyer. He'll play first base. And batting ninth, number 31, Vince Talenko. He'll do the pitching. So they're finishing up the introductions there. We'll have our opening prayer and national anthem. We'll set this down. Dear Lord, thank you for bringing us together. Respectful and keeping players, agents to compete with integrity, encourage our teammates, honor you, and for the victory. Our national anthem. We'll mention the Blue Devils. They're going to wear the black jerseys. They've got white pants. They've got the royal blue lettering across the jersey. And we'll mention the Knights wearing the white uniforms. They've got blue socks. They've got white hats. And I will mention the wind is blowing pretty good. It's blowing out to left, maybe left center field. The American flag in center field, it's waving pretty good. You go beyond center field, and there's the tennis courts. They're having practice, it looks like, today. Looks like the softball field, they might have an away game tonight. It's pretty dormant right there. And I'm getting warmed up on the pitcher's mound is Vince Talenko. Vince Talenko on the season, we'll let you know, he has an ERA of 3.500. He's pitched 20 innings. He's got 20 innings under his belt this season. This is game appearance number 7. This is game start number 5. He has faced 81 batters. He's thrown a total of 277 pitches. He's got 3 wins. He does not have a loss. He's given up 13 hits in 20 innings. He's given up 13 runs. 10 of those runs were earned. And yes, he's hit 4 batters along the way. So he's working from a stretch right now, getting warmed up with his catcher, Isaiah Hopkins. Isaiah Hopkins wears number 34. At first base, number 19, Colton Geyer. At second base, number 11, Mikey Stapleton. At shortstop, number 3, L.J. Whitford. At third base, number 12, Alex Schumer. In left field, number 41, Brennan Van Kirk. In center field, number 20, Ali Bourdonnais. And in right field, number 21, Caden Keller. As mentioned, the DH is Gus Sandberg. Gus Sandberg is batting in place of center fielder Ali Bourdonnais. So getting ready to start up right now. 6:04 on the wristwatch. Right-handed batter going to step in. Number 21, Pearson Nasser, third baseman. Working from the windup. Vince Talenko, first pitch of the game. High and outside, ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. Stay right there. 1 foot on the rubber. Pitching from the windup. Here comes the second pitch. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. First batter, leadoff batter in today's game, Pearson Nasser. Working out the windup. Here comes the pitch. Pitch comes in, inside edge, called strike. Now goes 2-1 to Nasser. That is Pearson Nasser. On deck is Nick Nasser. Here comes the pitch. Outside edge, strike called. Count goes even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A little bit of an open stance for Pearson Nasser. Out the windup, here's the 2-2 pitch. Outside, ball 3. Count goes full. Leadoff batter, Pearson Nasser, showing pitches to the Blue Devil dugout, and that's a prerequisite for the leadoff batter. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Swung on, he'll drive 1 to left field. Going to back up Brennan Van Kirk. He'll camp under it and make the catch. There's 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Next batter going to step in for the Blue Devils, number 0. That's Nick Nasser. He is the shortstop. So he'll step in, also a right-handed batter. Step in now. A little bit of an open stance, not much. Working out the windup. Here comes the pitch from Talenko. Outside edge, strike called. No balls, 1 strike. Second batter for the Blue Devils. We're at the top of the first inning. Out of the wind, here comes the pitch. Breaking pitch, misses outside and low. 1-1 count to Nick Nasser. Nick Nasser going to step back in. Nick Nasser, a member of the senior class. Working out of the windup, here comes the pitch. Back up the middle, base hit. Solid shot. Line drive to center field. Ali Bourdonnais fields it. Toss it back in. And Nick Nasser gets himself aboard. So with 1 out, stepping in for the Tipton Blue Devils, 3-hitter number 2, Aiden Gibbs. Aiden Gibbs plays the right field position. Working out a stretch. Talenko looks over at first base. Now the set position. Pickoff move. Oh, he stepped off the back, they're going to say. Not sure that he did. Maybe he did. The infield umpire didn't call anything. The home plate umpire was kind of inquisitive. So breaking pitch in there, and they don't call it a strike. And that they didn't call it a strike probably because the home plate umpire saw that a balk might have been missed. So you give the next pitch to the batter. Even if it's a strike, it's a ball, and that's what happened. Full swing. Going to get Aiden Gibbs in the batter's box. It ends up fair, but it's a foul ball. So I had that done to me one time. I was a base umpire. I missed a couple of bucks. Older gentleman, veteran umpire behind the plate. He did the same thing. Strike came in, called it a ball. That was my penalty for them not getting the balk call. So 1 ball, 1 strike out of the set. Here comes the pitch. Breaking pitch in there for a strike. Nice placement from Vince Talenko. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's 1 out. We're at the top of the first. Blue Devils have a runner at first base. It is Nick Nasser. Got himself there with a base hit to center field. Out of the set. Here comes the pitch. Breaking pitch, foul ball. Back to the screen. Wade Gibbs stay in that box again. Fighting him off. A 1-2 count, second time on the way for Gibbs. Looking for signals right there. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Several signals given. A third base coach working out a set position. Vince Talenko. Here comes the 1-2, second time. Taking off for second base, going to try to steal a base. Throw comes in wide right. It goes into center field. Going to be a stolen base for Nick Nasser. He's at second base now in scoring position. So a strikeout. They were trying to get the throw out. They did get the out of the plate. Strike 3 called. And umpires letting each other know timing. Timing play is on. There's 2 outs. Got to score the run before the out. So 2 outs. Stepping into bat, 4-hitter R.J. Catter. He's the left fielder. Here comes the first pitch. Breaking pitch. Got the dish. Strike called. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nick Nasser at second base for the Blue Devils. 2 outs. Top of the first. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and take it to right field. Going to bring in the right fielder, Caden Keller. He'll make the catch. Lights get out of the inning. Tipton Blue Devils. And 1 hit on the scoreboard. That's Nick Nasser. They come up with no runs. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning. And no score in this ballgame. We'll also mention tonight's ballgame is in part being brought to you by Robin's Nest. Robin's Nest. It's Thorntown's Cozy Coffee Cafe. They're right there in Thorntown. The owner is Robin Warnoff and her husband, Eric. You can dial them by phone at 765-592-1530. I say that number because they have private event rental space available right next door to their coffee shop. It's a deep, deep coffee shop right there on Main Street in Thorntown at 102 West Main Street. And you can find them. You can Gmail. You can send them an email. Gmail, it's robinsnestcafe@gmail.com. You spell Robbins with R-O-B-I-N-Z. Robin's Nest Cafe at gmail.com. We're getting some warm-up tosses on the pitcher's mound right now. The pitcher for the Tipton Blue Devils is Keaton Dominguez. Keaton Dominguez getting some warm-up tosses. Right-handed pitcher. Keaton Dominguez. Where's number 10? Will Mitch. He's got 4 in the 3rd innings. He's under his belt this season. This is appearance number 5. He's given up 8 hits. He's given up 12 runs. 10 of those runs were earned. He has walked 6 batters. He struck out 5. He's faced 33 batters. He's thrown a total of 128 pitches. And like Vince Talenko, Dominguez has also hit 4 batters along the way. So he's getting some warm-up tosses. We'll go around the diamond with the Tipton Blue Devils. Their catcher, was number 1. That's Jacoby Defoe. At first base, number 22, Nathan Hawkins. At second base, number 14, Evan Coe. At shortstop, number 0, Nick Nasser. He's got the first hit in the ballgame. Number 21 at third base, that is Pearson Nasser. In left field, number 18, R.J. Catter. In center field, number 12, Max Adlerton. And in right field, number 2, Aiden Gibbs. So stepping in for the Knights, bottom of the first inning. First batter, number 34, Isaiah Hopkins. He's the catcher. Working out the windup. Keaton Dominguez, first pitch. Swung on, he'll take it to center field. Going to back up the center fielder, Max Adlerton, going to get over his head. It's going to bounce one time up against the wall. Straightaway center field, 365 mark. And Isaiah Hopkins picks up a double to lead off the ballgame for the for the LCC Knights. Look at column here. Yeah, that is base. It should say 2 base hit, number 6 for Hopkins on the season. And jogs off the diamond. They're going with a courtesy runner. And that next batter going to step in. At second base doing the running as the courtesy runner is number 27, Keegan McCarter. Would be the courtesy runner for Hopkins this ballgame. Stepping in, L.J. Whitford. Out of set, Dominguez, first pitch. It's by the catcher. Might be a wild pitch. Way out to his right. He tried to backhand it. Dogging over third base is Keegan McCarter. The Knights have a runner at third base, nobody out. Second batter in the lineup at the plate is number 3, L.J. Whitford. He is the shortstop. A little bit of an open stance, right-handed batter. Working out a stretch, now the set. Dominguez. Here comes the pitch. Just outside a ball. Count goes 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes to L.J. Whitford. Beautiful day. They said 77 degrees. And then we're going downhill, but not a whole lot. Working out a stretch, now the set. Here comes the pitch. Outside a ball. 3 balls, no strikes to L.J. Whitford. Probably have a take sign here. 3-0 County open stance for L.J. Whitford. Working out a stretch, now the set for Dominguez. Here comes the pitch. Outside, short hops the glove. Good stop there by Jacoby Defoe. Ball 4, 4-pitch walk to L.J. Whitford. He's at first base. So runners at first and third base for the Knights. Nobody out. Stepping in to bat for the Knights. 3-hitter. Number 12, Alex Schumer. Schumer plays third base. So very few signals given. He'll step in now. And got some sirens here in Lafayette. Hope everybody's okay. Hope it's a false alarm. Out of set. Nick, here's comes the pitch from Dominguez. Going to go behind the batter. And a good catch there by Jacoby Defoe. Staying put in the box was Alex Schumer. He let it go by. Alex Schumer on the season has been hit by pitch just one time. Last year, it was a different story. He got bruises. Out of set position, Dominguez, here's the pitch. Which comes in a bit low, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Gus Sandberg is on deck. He is the DH for the Knights. Peering in, looking at signals, out of set. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Bit above the zone, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Knights have runners at first and third base. Nobody out, bottom of the first inning. Peering in, looking at signals, out of stretch. Now the set, he'll check third base. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. Low for ball 4. And Alex Schumer takes his second 4-pitch consecutive walk. He's at first base. Bases are loaded. Number 30. Stepping in for the Knights. Going to be the 4-hitter, number 30. Gus Sandberg. Designated hitter. Right-handed batter. Working out a stretch. Peering in, looking at signals. Keaton Dominguez out of the set position. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, shot down the third baseline, just foul as a line shot. Got over the head of the third baseman, but it was a foul ball, but not much. So no balls, one strike to Sandberg. Sandberg got the first triple of the season. The Knights only have 3. Mikey Stapleton has the other 2. Out of the set position. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Outside of ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. 3 on base for the Knights. Bottom of the first inning. Peering in, looking at signals. Out of the set, Keaton. Dominguez, here's the pitch. Swung on and take it to right field. Got some air under it. It's going to get in the gap. It's going to get by the left fielder. It was in the gap, chased also there by Max Atherton, center fielder. And it's going to be a 2-base hit, 2 RBI off the bat of Gus Sandberg. So Sandberg is at second base. And over at third base is Alex Schumer. Knights have 2 runs in here in the bottom of the first and timeout on the diamond. Walking out, going to talk to the infield. Tipton Blue Devils coach. And we'll also mention today's ball game is in parts being brought to you by Lisa Stokes Bear at Century 21 Real Estate. She has enthusiasm, experience, and knowledge. Lisa Stokes Bear, real estate agent, real estate broker. Century 21, she serves Hamilton, Tipton, and Madison counties since 1997. You can reach her by phone or text 317-513-4086. That's 317-513-4086. So Mikey Stapleton going to step in for the Knights. Runners at second and third base, right-handed batter, senior class member. Out of set position, Dominguez. He'll check second base. Here's the pitch. Inside edge, strike call. Mikey Stapleton kind of hugging the plate. Inside edge, 0-1 count to Stapleton. And nobody out. Peering in, looking at signals. He'll step off the back and regather. He'll step back in. He controls the pace. That's Keaton Dominguez, the pitcher. Here comes the second pitch. Breaking pitch, high and away. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Right-handed batter, Mikey Stapleton. Peering in, looking at signals, out of a stretch. Now the set position. Check third, check second. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, foul ball, back to the screen. Count goes 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Some bullpen activity down the left field line. Blue Devil bullpen. Blue Devils occupying the third base dugout. The Knights are in the first. Out of set, here comes the 1-2 pitch. It's all hit by pitch. Mikey put his elbow out there. I don't think they're going to allow him to have it. It's going to be a ball. Mikey Stapleton kind of elbowed the pitch coming in. It was pretty evident from up here. I do have a really nice vantage point. And I think they're going to put him back in the box. It's going to be a 2-2 count. It's not going to be a hit by pitch. So they're going to leave him in the box, 2-2 count. And still second and third base. Bases occupied by the Knights. So we're going to step back in, 2-2 count. Nobody out. Here and in, looking at signals. Out of the stretch, Keaton Dominguez. Out of the set position, here's the pitch. High above the zone, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Step back in. Straightaway stance, right-handed batter's box for Mikey Stapleton. Pretty good athlete. He plays a good middle and infield positions. Here comes a 3-2 pitch. Outside, ball 4. So we'll go to first base. There's bases loaded now for the Knights. Once again, stepping in to bat is going to be number 21, Hayden Keller. Hayden Keller plays right field in today's ball game. So working from the stretch, appearing in, looking at signals, Keaton Dominguez. His catcher, Jacoby Defoe, out of set position. Checks third base, checks second. Here comes the pitch. Low for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. 6 o'clock game on a Tuesday night. Working out a set. Here comes the pitch. Pitch comes in high, ball two. 2 balls, no strikes. And a loose bullpen ball. And they're going to capture that. Stop play just for a moment. Probably didn't need to. But coach picked it up out of the Blue Devil dugout. Out of the stretch. Now the set position. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Swung on, ground ball, second base. They're going to go for 2, 4, 6. They try 3, and it's wide left. Goes back to the foul fence. Knights are going to score 2 on the infield fielder's choice. They get 1 out, and coming in to score was Alex Schumer and Gus Sandberg. And Mikey Stapleton is forced out at second base. He'll jog into the dugout. So Caden Keller, fielder's choice. Ball gets by the first baseman on the loose baseball. He takes second base. So Keller is at second base. There's 1 out. Stepping into bat, Brennan Van Kirk. Brennan Van Kirk, 7-hitter, wears number 41. Also a senior athlete for the Knights. Out of the set position, first pitch to Brennan. Swung on, he'll foul this one, back out of play. So no balls, 1 strike. Step back in. No signals given. Here and in, looking at signals. Keaton Dominguez out of the set position. Here comes the pitch. Breaking pitch, perfectly placed. Called strike. Now goes 0-2 to Van Kirk. Right-handed batter. He'll step back in. Straightaway stance. Working out a stretch. Now the set for Dominguez. Here's the 0-2. Swung on. Ground ball. Third base. Gloves it with a hand. Throws to first base. Gets the put out. What a play. Pearson Nasser. It took a high hop. A little bit of a slow hop. He gloved it with the bare hand. Didn't even need the glove. Threw him out at first base. Getting the put out is Nathan Hawkins. And there are 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the first inning. Caden Keller moves over to third base. Stepping in for the Knights, number 19, Colton Geyer. First pitch, outside edge, called strike. Colton Geyer, a member of the freshman class. Not a lot of freshmen get to play varsity ball, especially at Central Catholic, but Colton Geyer is one of them. Out of the set position, here comes the pitch. Breaking pitch. Ball 1. Colton Geyer will let you know. Colton Geyer wears number 19. He's a pitcher, a first baseman, an outfielder. He's 6'4", 185, just a freshman. Out of the set, here comes the pitch from Dominguez. Outside a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Foot in the box, 1 foot out. No signals given. Caden Keller, the lone runner. He's at third base for the Knights. Working out a stretch. Now the set. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Geyer. Healthy cut, swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the first inning. Knights have 4 runs in here in the first. Here and in, looking at signals. Out of the stretch. Now the set position. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Geyer. Breaking pitch just above the zone. Just missed. It's where it crosses the front of that plate. It's not where it lands in the glove. Just above the zone there is a 3-2 count. Now the set position. Dominguez, here's the 3-2 pitch. Outside, ball 4. So Colton Geyer will jog down to first base. Colton Geyer picks up base on balls, number 5 on the season. Stepping in, we're going to see Vince Talenko. Vince Talenko is the pitcher this game for the Knights. Right-handed batter. Talenko steps in. He's got 2 plate appearances, 2 at-bats. He's played in 7 games. This is number 8. Taking off for second base is Geyer. He'll steal the base standing up. They won't play on him, and there are runners at second and third. This comes in, strike called. 0-1 count to Talenko. Here and in looking at signals, out of stretch. Now the set position. Here comes the pitch. Above the zone, ball one. One ball, one strike. Let's have two runners aboard, second and third base. There are two outs. Working out a stretch. Now the set for Dominguez. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Outside and low, ball two. Two balls, one strike. Here and in, looking at signals. Long pier, now the set position. Here comes the pitch, the 2-1. Inside edge, strike called. Count goes even at 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, two outs. Here and in, looking at signals again. Tipton Dominguez. Tipton Dominguez, a member of the freshman class. Here comes a pitch, ground ball, second base. Be fielded there by Evan Coe. He'll throw to first. The throw will bring Hawkins off the bag. He'll try to tag him on the back as Talenko goes by, but couldn't get a tag on him. Spaced right there. And tonight, we're going to use a courtesy runner for Talenko. He is the pitcher. Courtesy runners for the catcher and pitcher are allowed. Now doing the running at first base for Talenko is Colton Minnick. Colton Minnick wears number 5. Colton Minnick, a member of the junior class. So stepping in, second time in the ballgame. 34, Isaiah Hopkins. He led this inning off with a 2-base hit to center field. So some signals given, third base coach Bourdonnais. So he'll step back in. 34, Isaiah Hopkins. He's played in all 20 games. Out of a set position. Here's the pitch. Outside edge, strike called. Minnick, stealing on the pitch, goes in standing up at second base. So no balls, one strike. Isaiah Hopkins. He got a batting average of 377. 534 on base percentage. Here comes the pitch. Ground ball back up the middle, nearly gloved by Dominguez. Gloved by the shortstop. He'll get the out at first base. Nick Nasser makes that play in front of second base and throws a dime to first base. Nathan Hawkins for the putout. And the Knights are out of the inning. Knights come up with 5 runs in the bottom of the first inning. After one complete inning. Central Catholic 5, Tipton 0. The Blue Devils are going to bat in the top of the second inning. And we'll also we'll let you know that this game is in parts brought to you by McCormick Printing and Office Supply. Attention, baseball fans. McCormick Printing Impressions and Office Supplies is proud to support our local youth athletes this season. For more than 50 years, MPI has been helping families, businesses, and teams make their best impression. From banners and shirts to business cards, forms, and office supplies. Family owned and operated, MPI believes in quality, service, and supporting the community we all love so much. So the next time you need something printed, big or small, think of McCormick Printing Impressions, where every project starts with care and ends with excellence. That's McCormick Printing. They're right there in Tipton, 618 Oak Street. And you can dial them by phone at 765-675-9556. McCormick Printing, they print a lot of items for Put Me in Sports, and we are thankful. They design and print all of our scheduled posters since 2008. I'd hate to think how many posters that was. They're going to throw one down to second base, getting ready to bat here in the top of the second inning. Tipton Blue Devils going to step in. It's going to be a 5-hitter. It's going to be a 5-hitter, first baseman. He made that final play. Bottom of the inning, bottom of the first, number 22, Nathan Hawkins. And they're going to regather, reattach that speaker to the earpiece right there. Isaiah Hopkins, one-way communication. IHSAA allowed that, I think, last year is when it came in. Maybe the year before. Here comes the pitch from Talenko. First pitch low, ball one to Nathan Hawkins. Nathan Hawkins, a member of the football team. Definitely a contributor. Working from the windup. Here comes a pitch from Talenko. Swung on, ground ball, third base. Be grabbed there by the coach on a hop. No glove, bare hand. So the count goes 1-1 to Nathan Hawkins. Right-handed batter's box. Here comes the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Count goes 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 5-hitter for the Blue Devils. Nathan Hawkins. Here comes the wind and the pitch. Breaking pitch, going to get the dish. Strike 3 called. There's 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Stepping in for the Blue Devils. 6-hitter, number 14, second baseman, Evan Coe. Evan Coe, right-handed batter's box. A little bit of a closed stance. Now he'll straighten it up. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and foul this one straight back. No balls, 1 strike. Working from the windup, that is Vince Talenko. Here comes the wind. Here comes the pitch. Into a ground ball, third base. 1 hop, glove there by Alex Schumer to throw across the diamond and get the put out. With Colton Geyer, there are 2 outs. So stepping in for the Tipton Blue Devils. 7-hitter, number 6, Jaron Aller. Jaron Aller, also a big contributor on the football team. On the back, and he'll step in right-handed bat. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, ground ball, shortstop. Took there by L.J. Whitford. He'll throw to first base. Get the put out with Colton Geyer. And there are 3 outs at the top of the second inning. Blue Devils hit the ball well. Blue Devils come up with no runs the top half of the second inning. And after 1.5, Central Catholic 5, Tipton 0. And I will also mention today's ball game is in parts being brought to you by Fritz. That's Fritz and Fishers. You can hit a home run with a car from Fritz and Fishers. Fritz is knocking it out of the park with great deals this spring and summer. So slide on in and get a deal. You will be safe for sure at Fritz and Fishers. That's fritzandfishers.com. FRITZ. So they get some warm-up tosses out there on the pitcher's rubber. Tipton, Dominguez. And I'm working right there with his catcher, Jacoby Defoe. And this wind is blowing up here, giving me some havoc. Up here. I'll go ahead and mention this. I saw this on Facebook yesterday. It's real. Florida State Seminoles. Some of you may have seen this. This is a serious human interest story. Check this out. A guy named Marshall McDougal, Florida State Seminole. He batted 7 times in the ball game. Got 7 hits. 6 of those hits were home runs. One of them was a grand slam. 6 home runs in one college game. He had 16 RBI, and he had accumulated 25 bases. He accumulated 25 bases, 6 hits. The 7th hit was a single. But holy cow, we thought this weekend that Ian Taylor was pretty special. But my goodness, Florida State Seminoles. Remember that guy's name, Marshall McDougal. Stepping in from the Knights, L.J. Whitford. Working from the windup. Dominguez, first pitch. Oh, for a ball. No, 1 ball, no strikes. Open stance. 2-hitter for the Knights, L.J. Whitford. Here comes the wind and the pitch. Swung on, Foul ball, left field line. Count goes 1-1. LJ Whitford on the season, he's been in all 20 games. 80 plate appearances, 63 at bats. He's batting 238 in that right-handed batter's box, 367 on base percentage. Here comes the wind. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Breaking pitch just missed inside. Count goes 2-1 to Whitford. Step back in with those new balanced cleats. Working out a windup. Here comes a pitch from Keaton. Outside, a ball going to short off the glove. Going to veer over by the Knights dugout. Count goes 3-1 to Whitford. LJ Whitford has 15 hits on the season, 11 singles, 3 doubles, and he has 1 home run. That was at Riverton Park. It was 283 down the left field line. Here comes a pitch. Strike called, inside edge. Count goes 3-2 to Whitford. LJ Whitford, he leads the team in runs scored with 23 runs. Staring in over the glove. Here comes a 3-2 pitch. Swung on. And it's going to be a foul ball right there at home plates. And that might have been some contact right there. No, everything's fine. They're going to hand deliver a baseball from the Tipton dugout. Replenishment. Baseballs are a commodity. So, getting back behind the dish there is going to be Jacoby Defoe. 3-2 count once again. LJ Whitford. Right-handed batter's box. So we'll step in, working from the windup, peering over the glove. Looking at signals. Here comes the wind. Here comes a 3-2. Swung on and take it to right center field. Got some air under it. It's going to drop in a base hit. You're going to try for second base. They're not going to cut the throw, and you're going to be safe at second. The throw was good. They didn't cut the throw with Evan Coe. And head first slide, safe at second with a double. Is LJ Whitford. Whitford picks up his 4th double on the season. So stepping in for Central Catholic, going to be number 12, senior class member, Alex Schumer. Left-handed batter's box. Schumer on the season, he's also played in all 20 games. 76 plate appearances, 56 at-bats. He's batting .411 in that left-handed batter's box. Out of set, here comes a pitch. High above the zone, ball 1. Alex Schumer, his on-base percentage leads the team, 547. Isaiah Hopkins, 534. Working out a stretch. Now the set position. Check second base. Keaton Dominguez. Pitch comes in a bit high. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Runner at second base for the Knights. And a 2-base hit is LJ Whitford. Hovering right there at second base. Nick Nasser covering the bag. Here comes the pitch. Inside. Ball for a ball. Count goes 3-0. Alex Schumer. Step back in. A little bit of an open stance, not much. Schumer has 2 home runs on the season. Here comes a pitch. High above the zone. 4-pitch walk issued to Alex Schumer. There's going to be timeout called on the diamond. Tipton coach going to walk out. Have some conversation. Again, we'll mention Tipton Blue Devils have 2 coaches. They've got co-coaches, Brian Johnson and Tim Davis. I apologize. I don't know of both of them to be able to tell who is who. I spoke with one before the game. I didn't know which one I was speaking to, but they're all nice. Tipton High School is purely nice. Very much enjoyable to do football games there, and very thankful for the opportunity. Coach Toll getting ready to start his 23rd season, 21st season as football coach at Tipton High School. So they're going to go with a relief pitcher. They did have some bullpen activity. The pitcher's rubbing out. They're going to go with number 0, Nick Nasser. He comes over from shortstop, the right-handed pitcher, getting some warm-ups. So Nick Nasser getting some warm-ups. He's going to warm up out of the stretch. He's got a base runner on base at first base. It's going to be Alex Schumer. That will not be his base runner, but I'm stepping in here in a moment. It's going to be Gus Sandberg. That will be his batter. He's not going to assume a count of a batter that would have been in the box already. I tell you what, while we got a minute, I want to talk about Peyton Aller. Peyton Aller, basketball aficionado. Peyton Aller, probably about 16 points a game as a junior for the Blue Devils. He plays AAU basketball. He had the misfortune of an ACL. That's misfortunate. He's going through the procedures. He walked up here a little bit ago with his mom and dad. He's going through the necessary procedures. He's got a surgery coming up next Tuesday. I just want all that are listening and tell your brother and tell your friends to pray for him. Pray for a good surgery, successful surgery. He'll be a senior next year. I talked to his grandma and grandpa. They said he might not be able to play at the beginning of the basketball season, but he will be able to play. And he makes a big difference on the Blue Devils basketball team. And he makes a big difference in the AAU. I've seen his stats. I look at Facebook. I read his stats. And he is the nicest young man, along with his brother, Jaron. Beautiful family. Stepping in, Gus Sandberg. Gus Sandberg going to step in, going to bat here in the bottom of the second inning. Runner at first base. At first base is Alex Schumer. We're going to play up on the grass, I should say, lip of the grass, Nathan Hawkins at first base to play a bunt situation. Working out a stretch. Here comes the first pitch. Swung on, ground ball, second base. Going to be off the glove of the shortstop. Couldn't make the play. Might have been a double play ball. And the Knights have 3 on base. So I think I neglected to mention L.J. Whitford was at second base. So first and second, now first, second, and third for the Knights. Stepping into bat for the Knights, number 11, Mikey Stapleton, second baseman. He's a 5-hitter. Stapleton also has played in all 20 games. Out of set position. Here comes the pitch from Nasser. Swung on and take it out of play, right side. It may get the track. It will. No balls, 1 strike. Mikey Stapleton, 73 at-bats, 73 plate appearances, 55 at-bats. Mikey Stapleton batting .382. Right-handed batter's box. Out of set, here comes the pitch. Nick Nasser outside the ball. Good short hop block there by catcher Jacoby Defoe. So Nick Nasser now in the pitcher's rubber. Period. Look at signals. Out of stretch. Out of set position. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. And the ground ball base hit. The gap there at first and second. They're going to right field. You may throw at the plate. Coming in to slide. Safe at home. There's Alex Schumer. So it's going to be a base hit and an RBI off the bat of Mikey Stapleton. Mikey Stapleton picks up his 12th RBI on the season. And he picks up his 17th base hit. He now has 22 hits on the season. This is game number 21. So peering in, looking at signals. Out of stretch, out of set, Caden Keller in the batter's box. Looking at second base. Here comes a pitch from Nasser. It comes in just above the zone, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Nasser going to give that ball a little bit of a rub down, step back in the rubber. Period. Look at signals from Jacoby Defoe. Out of set position, he'll check second base. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. It's Caden Keller. Swung on, foul ball, back out of play. It's going to get the adjoining property owner property. I won't get that ball back. Count goes 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Knights have 2 on base, first and second. Here and in, looking at signals out of stretch. Nick Nasser checks second base. Here comes the pitch. Pitch comes in outside, a bit tall. Ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike. Hayden Keller's played in all 20 games, 56 plate appearances, 49 at bats, batting 347, 429 on base percentage. Here comes pitch. Inside and tight. Ball three. 3 balls, 1 strike. Hayden Keller. He's got 17 hits on the season. 10 are singles, 4 doubles, and 3 home runs. He has 1 multi-home run game. He had 2 that game. Albacete, here's the pitch. Outside a ball. So he'll jog down to first base on ball 4. And the Knights have bases loaded with nobody out. So Coach Bourdais going to walk down towards the umpire, make an adjustment. Hayden Keller, right fielder, is going to give way to a pinch runner. It's number 44, Chase Hissel. Chase Hissel, a member of the sophomore class. He's noted as a pitcher and an outfielder. He's 6'3". He weighs in at 205. Stepping into bat, Brennan Van Kirk. Brennan Van Kirk, 7-hitter for the Knights. Where's number 41, left fielder. Albacete, here comes a pitch from Nasser. Above the zone, ball 1. Brennan Van Kirk, another senior class member. He's played in all 20 games, 67 plate appearances, 59 at bats. He's batting 339 in that right-handed batter's box. Albacete, here comes the pitch. Swung on, you're going to pop it up, playable on the infield. Infield fly rule is being called. The infield umpire and now the home plate umpire. Ball was caught. If the ball could have been dropped, actually, you can run at your own risk. You can tag up, I guess, if you wanted to. But that's the first out here in the bottom of the second inning. So stepping in, Colton Geyer. Colton Geyer, 8-hitter, wears number 19, the first baseman, right-handed batter's box. He's played in 15 games. This is 16. Outside, ball 1. Colton Geyer has 47 plate appearances, 37 at-bats. He's batting 297 with a 447 on-base percentage. He's got 11 hits, 7 are singles, 4 are doubles. We're going to have a stretch. Now the set for Nick Nasser. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, you're going to pop it up. Playable right field. Back up a couple of steps. Catch is going to be made by Aiden Gibbs. Tagging from third base. He'll come in, score standing up. That's Gus Sandberg. A sacrifice fly to right field and an RBI for Colton Geyer. So the Knights are going to step in. It's going to be number 31, Vince Talenko. Vince Talenko, member of the senior class, pitcher and an outfielder. He's 6'1", 190, right-handed batter's box. Runners at first and third for the Knights. There are 2 out. Albacete for Nick Nasser. Staring at third base, he'll step off the back and look towards first. No throw made. Step back in. So Vince Talenko, right-handed batter's box. He's playing in his 8th game offensively. Albacete, here comes the pitch. Above the zone, ball 1. Vince Talenko, not a lot of at-bats. He has scored 3 runs. He has pinch ran. He got 3 runs under his belt. He's got 1 stolen base. Albacete position. Nasser, here's the pitch, taken off for second base. It's Chase Hiddle. He'll go in standing up. No throw made. 2 balls, no strikes to Vince Talenko. Here and in, looking at signals out of stretch. He'll look at third base out of set position. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Above the zone, a bit inside. Count goes 3-0. Now, wind is blowing right across the diamond. Now it's kind of going right to left across the outfield. It's swirling. Albacete, here comes a 3-0 pitch. low for ball 4. So Telenko jogs down to first base. And Telenko's pitcher going to give way to the courtesy runner, and that is Colton Minnick. Colton Minnick on the season, he's played in 16 games of the 20. This is his 17th game. Colton Minnick in base running at first base for the Knights. Bases are loaded. There's 2 outs. Stepping in third time, Isaiah Hopkins. Out of set, Nick Nasser. Here comes the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Isaiah Hopkins. He's got 20 hits on the season. 14 are single, 5 doubles, and now he has 6 doubles. He has 1 today, and he has 1 home run. Working out a set. Here comes the pitch. Going to get him hit by pitch, and that's number 9. He leads the team in hit by pitches. He is a pretty good sized young man. He gets that one off the foot, maybe the toe. He's limping just a little bit. Tip of the toe on the left foot. I saw him showing ace coach right there. He's going to walk off the surface. He's going to give way to that courtesy runner, Egan McCarter. So stepping in, L.J. Whitford. 2 outs, bases loaded. Knights have 4 runs in here in the bottom of the second. Out of set position. Here comes the pitch. High and outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strike. 2 out. On the pitcher's rubber, number 0, Nick Nasser. Out of set position. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, foul ball, back to the screen. L.J. Whitford evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. On deck for the Knights, Alex Schumer. Peering in, looking at signals, out of stretch. Getting a signal from Jacoby Defoe, Blue Devil catcher. Out of set. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Outside edge, going to call it a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Whitford. Well, Jay Whitford, right-handed batter. He's hitting .238, .367 on base percentage, 80 plate appearances, 63 at-bats. Here's the pitch. Outside the ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Got back in. From the stretch, Nick Nasser, now a set position. He'll check third base. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Whitford. Swung on and foul this one, right side, out of play. He will stay in the box, fighting him off. 2-2 count again on the way. L.J. Whitford has 13 RBI. As mentioned, 23 runs scored on the season. Closest to him is Alex Schumer with 21. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Out of the set position, Nick Nasser. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, ground ball, back to Nasser. He'll glove it. He'll run towards first at a slow pace and toss it over and get the put out with Nathan Hawkins. So the Knights are retired. Knights leave 3 on base. Knights come up with 4 runs in the bottom of the second inning. We'll go to the top of the third. The 2 innings complete. Central Catholic 9, Tipton 0. And I've mentioned this before. I know Coach Toll, Coach Aaron Toll is a big Reds fan, big Red machine, especially in 1990 also. He loves the Reds. And I got a list here. It says best Reds players of all time. Here they are. I didn't rate them, but here's what they got. And number 1 is Pete Rose. Pete Rose he retired with 152 home runs. Number 2, Johnny Bench, 389 home runs. Number 3, Barry Larkin, 198 home runs. Number 4, Frank Robinson, 324 home runs. Number 5, Joey Votto, 356. Number 6, Joe Morgan, second baseman, 152 home runs. That's the same as Pete Rose. Number 7, Bid Steve, 53 home runs. Number 8, Veda Pinson, 186 home runs. Number 9, Tony Perez with 287. Number 10, Ed Roush with 47. Number 11, Heine Dro with 17 home runs. 12, Dave Concepcion, 101. Number 13, George Faulkner, 244. Number 14, Lonnie Frey, 36. Number 15, Eric Davis, 203. Number 16, Ted Kloszewski, 251. Here comes the first pitch, top of the third inning from Telenko. Going to be a full swing ground ball. Going to go third base. He's probably going to get an infield hit, and he will. Infield hit for the 8-hitter, number 1, catcher Jacoby Defoe. Full swing, went about 3/4 the way to third base. Alex Schumer picked it up, but not near enough time to make the throw. Base hit, second hit of the ballgame for the Blue Devils. And number 17, Brandon Phillips, 191. Number 18, Frank McCormick, 110. Number 19, Ernie Lombardi, 120. And number 20, my favorite red, Ken Griffey Sr. with 71. I was set. Telenko, here's the pitch. Swung on, ground ball, shortstop. Fielded by Whitford. He'll go to second base, and they'll get the put out. They'll get the double play. And a good stretch got the job done at first base by Colton Geyer. So they turned the double play ball. Keaton Dominguez. Double check there. But they got some bullpen activity on the left field lines. And stepping in with 2 outs for the Blue Devils. The one hitter, number 21, Pearson Nasser. Pearson Nasser on the season. He's played in 18 games. Foul ball, left side. 0-1 count to Nasser. 21 is number 21 right there, the leadoff batter, Pearson Nasser. 70 plate appearances, 54 at-bats, batting .352 with a .500 on-base percentage. He's going to pop one towards second base. It's going to be a floater. It's going to be caught by Mikey Stapleton at second base. And that's going to complete the bottom, it's going to be the top of the third inning. So Blue Devils come up with 1 hit. It was an infield hit. They get doubled off. And they pop out to second base. And that's going to complete 2.5 innings gone by. Central Catholic 9, Tipton 0. And again, we'll mention today's ball game is in parts being brought to you by IU. I'll mention IU 76 Team Legacy Initiative. Former Indiana University basketball players Bobby Wilkerson from 1976, he wore number 20, and Kent Benson, they wore number 54, 76 team. They are working together and blending their efforts to promote the IU 76 Team Legacy Initiative, celebrating the 50th anniversary of Indiana University's undefeated basketball season. A truly historic moment. Supporting this campaign helps honor a standard of excellence and keeps that proud legacy alive through events, media, and outreach. Bobby Wilkerson and Kent Benson, they have put a GoFundMe together, and it's all for the benefit of the 76th 50th anniversary team. Just go to gofund.me/B as in Bob, C as in cat, 32, D as in dog, B as in Bob, D as in dog, 8. Again, that's gofund.me/DC32D9BD8. That's the 1976 IU men's basketball team, and they are still the last undefeated national champion in men's NCAA Division I college basketball. So if you'd like to help out there, go to the GoFundMe page. I did, but I don't have a whole lot, but I gave what I could. But they're trying to achieve a $100,000 goal, and they're on their way. They're not close, but they're on their way. You can be helpful too. So they get some warm-up pitches right there on the pitcher's rubber. Blue Devils going with a different pitcher now. It's going to be number Buck out 2. And he has 1 balk on the season. They have 3 collectively. He has one. He's faced 11 batters. He's thrown a total of 40 pitches. He has not hit a batter this season. And only 2 other pitchers can say that. And one of them would be number 4, Quinn Toll. He has not hit a batter. And the other one is number 18, Randall Catter. He has also not hit a batter. The other ones went three times, 4, 1, 4, 4, 2, 5. So that's the other ones stepping in for the Knights. Bottom of the third, Alex Schumer. Here comes the pitch. Wigington, strike called, fastball, bottom of the zone. So Wigington on the pitcher's rubber. Work from the stretch, primarily thought of as a relief pitcher. Here comes the pitch. Backdoor curveball just misses. Righty pitcher facing the lefty batter. That backdoor curveball, what it means is he starts it outside. It climbs its way back in. It's pretty deceiving for the batter as a lefty. Here comes the pitch. You're going to pop one left side. You're going to float it. Center, the left fielder coming in to make the catch, and he will. R.J. Catter makes the catch, and there's 1 out here in the top of the third inning. Take that back, bottom of the third inning. And stepping in for the Knights, number 30, Gus Sandberg. Gus Sandberg, right-handed batter. He's played in 18 games. This is 19. 60 plate appearances, 53 at-bats. Out of set position, first pitch from Wigington. Breaking pitch, well placed. Got the zone, strike called. Wigington has a good breaking ball. Good control of the breaking ball. Out of set position, here comes the pitch. Swung on, it'll be a shot, be a foul ball. He got a lot of it. It's going over the home run fence. But a foul ball. So Gus Sandberg got a lot of that one. That's just a long foul ball and a second strike. Count goes 0-2 to Sandberg. Gabe Wigington in the set position. 0-2 count to Sandberg. Here comes the pitch. He'll take one the other way. He'll just stay alive in the box and fight that one off. That'll go right side out of play. So he'll stay in the box with that 0-2 count. Gus Sandberg. Sandberg batting .245, right-handed batter's box, .333 on base percentage. Here's the pitch. You're going to pop this one right side, playable, foul territory. Be called for and caught by Nathan Hawkins. There's 2 outs. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. Next batter going to step in for the Knights, number 11, Mikey Stapleton. Mikey Stapleton, right-handed batter. As mentioned, he's played in all 20 games. These are 20-game stats. 73 plate appearances, 55 at-bats, batting .382. Mikey Tipton batting in the 5 spot. Sometimes, if you check the swing, pitch comes in there somewhat close. That gives the umpire opportunity to go ahead and call a strike because you thought it was good too. Out of set position, here comes the 0-2. Outside the ball, good backhand block. Jacoby Defoe. Down goes 1-2 to Stapleton. Stapleton, 22 hits now on the season. He got a single earlier in this contest. He's got 3 doubles, and he owns the 2 triples of the 3. Here comes the pitch. Going to go back up the middle, going to get a gapper, base hit. Is it going to get by the center field? No, he'll cut it off near the warning track, and it's going to be a 2-base hit standing up for Mikey Stapleton. So Stapleton now has 4 doubles on the season. 23 hits. Buys him with Alex Schumer with 23 hits on the team. The 2 outs stepping in for the Knights. Staring in, looking at signals. Out of stretch. Pinch hitters stepping in for Caden Teller's spot. Here comes the pitch. Inside a ball. Chase Hiddle. He pinch ran earlier in this game. He's in the ball game batting now. in the sixth spot. Now the set. Wigington, here's the pitch. Pitch comes in, inside edge, called strike. Count goes 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Let's have a runner at second base. It's Mikey Stapleton. Here and in, looking at signals, now the stretch. Now the set. Here comes the pitch. Breaking pitch, just missed. Count goes 3-1. I have misspoke. It may be 1-1. Now this, we're going to have a stretch. Now the set position. Gabe Wigington checks second base. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. So the count now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Blue Devils have some bullpen activity, getting loose down there. He's throwing the ball back and forth. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. We're now stretch. Now the set for Wigington. Here comes the 2-2. Taking off for second base. And going to be a pop-up on the infield, but it's going to be playable in foul territory and caught. Nice catch coming back for it. It was a foul ball. Nathan Hawkins makes the play from first base. So 3 outs. Knights leave 1 on base. After 3 complete innings, Knights 9, Blue Devils 0. And we do thank you for tuning in, and we'll also mention today's ball game is in part being brought to you by the Ultimate Kentucky Getaway. You can escape to a one-of-a-kind retreat in the heart of the Kentucky Bourbon Trail, where rolling hills, world-famous distilleries, and unforgettable memories await. Welcome to your private 6-bedroom estate set on 7 scenic acres of peaceful countryside. Spend your days exploring legendary bourbon stops, then come home to unwind in the hot tub under the stars. Then challenge your friends to a game of pool on the billiards table, or practice your swing on the putting green, or relax by the fire pit as the night sets in. And when it's time to wind down, your private movie theater room is waiting. Whether it's a bourbon weekend, family gathering, or a group getaway, there's space and something for everyone. There are no crowds, no stress, just comfort, connection in the true spirit of Kentucky. For questions or direct bookings, text 317-442-7513. Again, 317-442-7513. That's the Ultimate Kentucky Getaway. First pitch from Talenko, top of the fourth, outside of ball. In the batter's box, 2-hitter, number 0, Nick Nasser. He's played in 15 games, 59 plate appearances, 48 at-bats. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, ground ball out front of the plate, can be fielded by Talenko. He tried to pick it up on the bare hand and dropped it. By that time, safe at first base, Nick Nasser. Probably going to be an infield hit. So Nasser is at first base, stepping in for the Blue Devils. Going to be number 13. It's Gabe Wigington. Pretty good size young man, right-handed batter. We're going to have a stretch. Now the set position. Vince Talenko, first pitch. Low and outside, ball 1. So Gabe Wigington steps back in, right-handed batter's box. He's played in 11 games. This is number 12. 17 plate appearances, 17 at-bats. Now the set, here comes the pitch. Strike called, outside half, knee high. Count goes 1-1. Wigington steps back in. He's got 2 hits on the season. They're both singles. He has 1 RBI and 1 run scored. Here comes the pitch. Sexy swing, ball outside. See if they're going to check, and they're not. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Gabe Wigington. He's the pitcher of record for the Blue Devils. Out of set, Talenko. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, ground ball. Shortstop, L.J. Whitford fields it. They go 6-4-3, and they get the double play. So that was Whitford, Stapleton, and back to Geyer at first base, and there are two outs. Stepping in for the Blue Devils, four-hitter number 18, R.J. Catter. R.J. Catter, left fielder. R.J. Catter steps in. He's played in 18 games, 58 plate appearances, 54 at-bats, batting 241, first pitch, breaking pitch, in there for a strike. No balls, one strike. Yeah. R.J. Catter, a 293 on-base percentage. He's got 13 hits. They're all singles. Here comes the pitch. Breaking pitch, missed outside. 1-1 count to R.J. Catter. So Catter's going to step back in. He's had 9 RBI. He has scored 5 runs for the Blue Devils. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Count goes 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Catter has been left on base 24 times. Here comes the pitch. Checks his swing. He thought it was a strike. He's going to go to first base thinking that he didn't get his swing checked. But that would have been debatable. So Catter goes ahead and runs to first base on a drop third strike on what he deemed as a check swing that was a strike, that he went too far. But anyway, he's a hustler, and that's going to be the third out in the inning. And the Blue Devils come up with no runs in the top of the fourth. So we'll go to the bottom of the fourth inning. After 3.5, Central Catholic, 9, Tipton, 0. And again, we'll mention today's ball game is in parts being brought to you by Camino and Company. Camino and Company, we welcome you and your patronage at Camino and Company, the mobile flower shop and wedding studio based in downtown Noblesville. You'll find Camino and Company on the north side of the Courthouse Square at 876 Logan Street. Camino and Company started with a dream and grew with the love of the local community. That same love for stories and celebrations now lives in Camino Coffee, your coffee with a story. And if you want to go online, get Camino Coffee. It's heycamino.com. Hey, that's H-E-Y, heycamino.com. And then we'll also mention every cup is inspired. When's picking up, cup is inspired by our founder's grandpa's 1984 El Camino, where Camino and Company gets its name. Our coffee is locally roasted by our friends at Noble Coffee and Tea. Each cup carries a little piece of our journey, along with our community and our belief that coffee always comes with a story. So regardless if it's morning, afternoon, or any moment you need to pause, your cup is just a click away. Just go to heycamino.com. Heycamino.com. It might be Hey Camino Coffee. That makes sense. But I just got that corrected by me this weekend by my daughter and her mom. So stepping in to bat for the Knights, for 41, Brennan Van Kirk. Wigington's first pitch can be a ground ball, third base. Glove there by Pearson Nasser. He'll throw across the diamond, get the put out with Nathan Hawkins. And there's 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. So stepping in for the Knights, going to be the 8-hitter, number 19, Colton Geyer. Colton Geyer on the season. This is game 16 for Colton, 47 plate appearances, 37 at-bats. Batting 297 with a 447 on-base percentage. And the bullpen ball got loose, and first time I've ever seen it, it rolled over home plate here on the main diamond. That was a new one. So they start play right here on home plate umpire, makes the ball live. Here we go. So no ball, no strikes to Geyer. First pitch from Wigington. You're going to pop it to center field. It's going to be enough airborne. You're going to move to his left. And making the catch is Max Atherton. And there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth inning. So the Knights are going to send to the plate. Number 18. Going to get a pinch hitter in the ballgame. Number 18, Chase Ruse, 6'1", 175. He's a member of the junior class. He's going to bat in the 9 spot for Vince Talenko. So with 2 outs, Chase Ruse going to step in. He's played in 13 games. This is 14. 20 plate appearances, 18 at-bats. He's got a 200 on-base percentage. Out of set, here comes the pitch. Swung on, ground ball, severely foul out in front of the Blue Devils dugout. Nice to have that screen out in front of the dugout. I can remember probably about 15 or so years ago, I can think of a school that did not have a screen in front of their dugout. I won't mention who it is. For sure, I won't. They have one now. Here comes the pitch. Back up the middle. I'm just gonna drop in center field. Good effort there. Dove for it. Max Atherton with 2 outs. And then no runners aboard. And it's going to be a 2-base hit off the bat of number 18, Chase Ruse. So Ruse gets a 2-base hit. And he has now 3 hits on the season. 2 singles and that 2-base hit. So stepping in for the Knights, going to bat in the 1 spot. It's going to be Colton Minnick. 15 plate appearances, 12 at-bats. He's hitting 250 at right-handed batter's box. At 333 on base. 3 hits, 2 are singles, 1 is a double. Here comes the pitch. Ground ball foul right there in front of the Blue Devil dugout again from a right-handed batter. 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th. 1 on board for the Knights. At second base is Chase Ruse. Working out a stretch. Looks at second base. Now the set. He'll look at second base. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Colton Minnick. Breaking pitch. Didn't get the break. Finished above the helmet of Colton Minnick. Everything's good. 2 balls, 1 strike to Minnick. Colton Minnick has one walk on the season. He's been hit by pitch just 1 time. Last year was a little different. We're going to have a stretch. Now the set position. Here comes the 2-1. Breaking pitch perfectly placed by Gabe Wigington. Strike called. Righty facing a righty. 2-2 count to Colton Minnick. Here and in looking at signals out of the stretch. Gabe Wigington. He'll look at second out of the stretch. Now the set position. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, ground ball foul. And he'll stay in the box. Colton Minnick fighting him off. Ground ball. Glove there by Coach Courtney. Courtney used to play on second base at Purdue and shortstop at Central Catholic. That's a few days ago. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Out of the set, here's the pitch. Swung on, ground ball, third base. Gloved by Pearson Nasser. They throw to first base. It's in the dirt. Nathan Hawkins couldn't get the scoop. And it goes back to the foul fans coming in to score. For the Knights from second base is Chase Ruse. So still 2 outs here on the diamond for the Blue Devils. We should say the Central Catholic Knights with 2 outs. At second base now is Colton Minnick. Colton Minnick going to put that sliding mitt on. Bullpen activity on the right field line. Chase Hiddle. And ball getting loose there in the bullpen. Out of set. Here's the pitch from Wigington. Outside of ball. In the batter's box for the Knights, 2-hitter. L.J. Whitford. Shortstop. Open stance. 2 outs. 1 ball, no strikes. Out of set. Gabe Wigington. Here comes the pitch. This comes in above the zone. Just barely above the zone. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. We're in, looking at signals, out the stretch. Now the set for Gabe Wigington. He'll check second base. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. They're going to call time. L.J. Whitford going to call time. A lot of strategy there. I mean, tell you what, that's tough to stare at a pitcher, waiting for him to pitch for very long. So time granted, he steps back in. Ball's made live. Here we go. 2 balls, no strikes. Runner at second base is Ruse. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Might have been off speed. A little bit out in front of it there was L.J. Whitford. Count goes 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here and in, looking at signals. Gabe Wigington. Now the set position. Here comes a pitch. Inside a ball. Boy Gick is down there in bullpen area. He's the protector. He's made a good grab to keep the ball from getting in the field of play again. Well, they would have to stop play. 3 balls, 1 strike to Whitford. Now the stretch, now the set. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and get a base hit. Left center field gap. It's going to bounce once into the glove of Max Atherton and going to slide in safe at second. A 2-base hit and an RBI for L.J. Whitford coming in to score for the Knights. Number 5, Colton Minnick. Knights have 2 runs in here in the bottom of the 4th inning. L.J. Whitford going to put his sliding mitt on, stepping in to bat for the Knights. 3-hitter, number 12, Alex Schumer, 3rd baseman. Left-handed batter, Alex Schumer, batting .411 in that left-handed batter's box. First pitch to Alex. Backdoor curveball misses high, just above the zone. Good placement there by Wigington. Up goes 1-0. Out of set. Wigington, here's the pitch. Put that one across. Backdoor curveball for a strike. So Alex elects not to swing. 1 ball, 1 strike. Center fielder, Max Atherton, playing him to pull the baseball. Out of set. Here comes the pitch. Backdoor curveball, just missed. 3rd pitch in a row, backdoor curveball. 3 of the 3 pitches to Alex Schumer. Looking at a stretch, peering in, looking at signals. On the set position now. He'll check second base. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Might have been a backdoor curveball, didn't get the grip quite that time. Count goes 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Alex Schumer can take the ball the other way. We saw a home run. Here comes the pitch. He'll take it the other way on that one. He'll get in the gap, but the left fielder going to make a catch. Nice catch in left by R.J. Catter. He veered a long way to his left to cut that gap shot off, and that's going to retire the Knights in the bottom of the 4th inning. Knights come up with 2 runs. The bottom of the 4th after 4 completes. Central Catholic, 11. Tipton, 0. And we'll mention the Knights going to play defensively. And the Tipton Blue Devils going to bat here in the top of the 5th inning. We do thank you for tuning in, and we'll mention this game is also in parts being brought to you by Lisa Stokes Bear. Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21. You can let Lisa look or let Lisa list. Lisa specializes in residential and corporate relocations. And Lisa now does complimentary staging. What that means, she'll list your home, she'll set up an appointment with you, she'll come in, she'll clean your home thoroughly, professionally, she'll get that done, and then she'll go outside and she'll take a power washer. She will power wash your house. And if it's the vinyl siding, she'll do a great job. And that will help you sell your home quicker. And I will remind you that Lisa will absolutely help you to sell your home quicker. And you can contact Lisa Stokes Bear by phone or by text message, 317-513-4086. That's 317-513-4086. It's Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21. So the Knights going with another pitcher on the pitcher's rubber. It's going to be number 44, Chase Hiddle. Chase Hiddle, a pitcher and outfielder, 6'3", 205. He's getting warmed up right now. Chase Hiddle. He's got an ERA of .955, just under 1. If you think back, Bar Reeve, when Central Catholic played them the first time, and they played against that sophomore pitcher for Bar Reeve, Bar Reeves, sophomore pitcher, was .81. And then the Knights put out there Ben Mazer. He went the distance. He got 2 consecutive state titles, junior and senior year there at Victory Field. But that particular game with Bar Reeve, uh, Mazer had a .91. What a game. If we didn't have Adam Deanhart, we might not have won that game. That game might still be going on. So 44 Chase Hiddle, 7 1/3 innings. This is appearance number 8. He's faced 31 batters, thrown 115 pitches. No wins, no losses. He's given up 5 hits, 3 runs. One of those runs was earned, and he has not hit a batter. So stepping in, Tipton Blue Devils going to bat in the top of the 5th inning. We're going to have a stretch. Now the set, primarily thought of as a relief pitcher. High and tight. Nearly got Nathan in the right-handed batter's box. Nathan Hawkins at the plate. He's played in all 19 games, 65 plate appearances, 56 at-bats. He's got a .292 on-base percentage. He's got 10 hits on the season. Here comes the pitch. Outside a ball. Nathan Hawkins, 10 hits. He's got 9 singles. He's got 1 double. 6 RBI. He's scored 8 runs. He's walked 7 times. He's been left on base the most of any Blue Devil, 32 times. Here comes the pitch. Above his zone, ball 3. So Nathan Hawkins, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, no signals given. He'll step back in, see if Nathan has a take sign or if he's got a green light. 3-0 count to Nathan Hawkins. Out of set, Chase Hiddle. Long sad, here comes the 3-0. High and outside, ball 4. Well, Nathan Hawkins going to jog down first base, be the base runner. Nathan Hawkins, pretty good magical foot he has too on the football field. Kicker, punter, he's a toughie. And he's going to give way. Coach is going to send out a courtesy runner. It's going to be a pinch runner for the Blue Devils. It's going to be number 15, Lincoln Rodaball. Lincoln Rodaball, he's a freshman this year. Lincoln Rodaball, listed as a catcher, an infielder, and an outfielder. He's also a backup quarterback to Coach Aaron Toll's son, Quinn Toll. And Lincoln Rodaball is at first base doing the base running now. Out of set position, Chase Hiddle. Long set. Here comes the pitch. Low for a ball. Win the batter's box. Number 14, Evan Coe. Second baseman for the Blue Devils. That's in the 6th spot. 1 ball, no strikes. Evan Coe going to step back in. Evan Coe, a member of the senior class. Out of set position, Chase Hiddle. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Evan Coe. Ground ball, shortstop. LJ Whitford will flip it to second. Mikey Stapleton to go to first. They'll get the double play. And they won't need the no peel, no slide rule. They'll get it legitimately, and there are 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. So next batter going to step in for the Blue Devils. Going to be number 6, Jaron Aller. Jaron Aller, he's listed as a DH in this game, also a tremendous pitcher. Jaron Aller stepping in. He got 26 2/3 innings this year. He's not going to be summoned to the mound maybe today. Pitch comes in, ball high. So Jaron Aller, he's got 8 appearances on the pitcher's rubber. He's thrown 44, giving up 44 hits. And he's struck out 24 batters. Here comes the pitch. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Jaron Aller, I also spoke with him at a football practice one time. Ask him about his pitches. He's got 5 pitches. As a sophomore, that's incredible. 2 balls, no strikes to Aller. Out of set, Chase Hiddle. Long set. And here comes the pitch. Outside, ball 3. Jaron Aller, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. No signals given. Darren Aller, 57 plate appearances, 54 at-bats. Batting 241, that right-handed batter's box. 281 on base percentage. 13 hits, 12 are doubles, 12 are singles, one's a double. Pop that one in for a base hit. Over the outstretched hand of shortstop, L.J. Whitford. Whitford made a good effort. He was 15, 20 feet out in the grass, dove for it. And Jaron Aller put it in there like a good tennis shot. So Aller is at first base. He's going to jog off the diamond. Coach doesn't want to risk anything with Jaron Aller. He's one of their ace pitchers. So they're going to send out a courtesy runner, I should say a pinch runner, or the designated hitter. And Blue Devils are going to step in, 8 hitter. Number 1, Jacoby Defoe. So they're going to work it in. Working in right now. So out of the stretch, now the set right there. Jacoby Defoe doing the base running at first base. Here's Quinn Toll. Quinn Toll jogs over from the pitcher's area, the bullpen area, to do the base running right here for Jaron Aller. Working out a stretch, now the set. Now the set position. Here comes the pitch. Low for ball 2. Good block by Isaiah Hopkins. Kept that in front of him. Jacoby Defoe, he wears number 1. He is the catcher. Jacoby Defoe, 46 plate appearances, 33 at-bats, batting 242. That right-handed box, 432 on base percentage. Out of set, Chase Hiddle. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Above the zone, ball 3. Jacoby Defoe. He's got 8 hits on the season, 7 are singles, 1's a double. He's got 3 RBI. He has scored 10 runs. Let's step back in. Got 3 times he's reached on air. Out of set, here's a pitch. Right down Meridian. Home plate was wide open by Defoe. Chase Hiddle, fastball for a strike. Count goes 3-1 to Jacoby Defoe. Now the stretch, now the set position. Chase Hiddle. Here comes the pitch. Outside edge, strike call. Count goes full. 3-2 full count. Jacoby Defoe, catcher for the Blue Devils. Runner at first base is Quinn Toll. Nobody holding him on. He might be taking off. He will. There he goes. Here's the pitch. High and tight, ball 4. So Quinn Toll stands up at second base. So the next batter going to step in for the Blue Devils. Number 10, Keaton Dominguez. Dominguez went from the pitcher position over to the shortstop position. About the second inning. So again, some words of wisdom there. Isaiah Hopkins out the pitcher's rubber. Talking with Chase Hill. Long talk there. You're going to they'll evacuate now. You jog back, get behind the dish. There's 2 outs. Top of the 5th inning. 2 runners aboard for the Blue Devils. Quinn Toll is at second base. Doing the running for Jaron Aller. At first base, it's Jacoby Defoe. In the batter's box, Keaton Dominguez. Out of set, here comes the pitch. Low for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. I'm saying some rain's going to show up tonight, and it's going to be a little bit later, but you can tell it's going to happen. Got some gray sky to the north and to the west. Out of set, Chase Hiddle. Here comes the pitch. Right down Meridian, strike called. Count goes 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, 2 aboard, first and second base for the Blue Devil. Out of set, Chase Hiddle. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Pop one, foul, right side, out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes, Keaton Dominguez. Dominguez played in 18 games, 42 plate appearances, 37 at-bats, 286 in that on-base percentage category. Out of set, Chase Hiddle. Long set. Here's the pitch. Swing to pop another one foul. Right side out of play. Nearly a carbon copy. Keaton Dominguez. He's got 7 hits on the season. 5 were singles, 1 double, and 1 triple. He got 6 RBI. He has scored 7 runs. Out of set. Chase Hiddle. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Back up the middle, base hit over the glove of L.J. Whitford, the shortstop. Going to get an RBI. Dominguez going to get a single and a run batted in. And then Blue Devils have runners on the corners. It's a timeout on the diamond. Coach Bourdonnais going to walk with his infield. And we'll see what they're going to do. They do have bullpen activity, and they're going to ask for Tatum Adriano to jog in from the bullpen. And I will mention today's ball game is also in parts being brought to you by Indiana Beach. Indiana Beach Amusement Park and Water Park. Just go to indianabeach.com. Learn a lot more. They're right there in Monticello, Indiana, not too far away from Twin Lakes High School. So you can get a season pass, 2026 season pass for Indiana Beach for $77.99. And if you have a season pass from last year, you can show up at the ticket window, hand them that pass, and pay just $71.99 and get you another one for this season. They have exciting roller coasters. They've got boat rides. You can spend a whole day at the water park, and they've got 50 plus rides and attractions. There is more than corn in Indiana. That's Indiana Beach. Indiana Beach, their 100th anniversary, celebrating 100 years of fun. You can park side lodging right there on Lake Schaefer. And you can also, Indiana Beach has KOA campgrounds. Indiana Beach is located at 5224 East Indiana Beach Road, Monticello, Indiana, 47960. You can dial them by phone at 574-583-4141. Again, that's 574-583-4141. That's Indiana Beach, right there, Lake Schaefer. We'll get some warm-up tosses there. Is number 28, Tatum Adriano. Tatum Adriano will let you know. He's got an ERA. It is 4.308. He's got 13 innings under his belt. This is game appearance number 10. He has started 1 game. He's faced 57 batters. He's thrown a total of 223 pitches. He's got 2 wins. He has 0 losses. He's allowed 9 hits. He's allowed 12 runs. 8 of those runs were earned, and he has hit 2 batters along the way. Tatum Adriano, he brings the heat. He kind of reminds me of a Rob Dibble on the pitcher's mound, but not how Mr. Dibble conducted himself. We're working out a stretch, now the set. Here comes the pitch. Above the zone, ball 1. Doing the batting here for the Tipton Blue Devils is number 5, Brogan Ferg. Brogan Ferg, an infielder and outfielder. He's a senior. He's a valedictorian. I hope he still is, because I found out in football season he is. Quite a good young man. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Brogan Ferg is the kicker, place kicker for the Blue Devils. He's come a long way, become really pretty dependable. So let's step back in. Right-handed batter, Brogan Ferg. 1-1 count, 2 outs. Runners at first and third base for the Blue Devils. Out of the set position, Tatum Adriano. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. He's bringing some heat. He is bringing some heat. And I will say Brogan Ferg would take Wednesday practice evenings off. I think it's Wednesday. And he'd go to youth meetings right there for his church. Out of the set, here comes the pitch. Right down Meridian, going to strike him out. So he'll go down looking. And that's going to complete today's ball game. Final score today, Lafayette Central Catholic 11, Tipton Blue Devils. 1. They're going to shake hands as they cross home plate. We do thank you for tuning in, and we'll mention next game on the agenda for the Blue Devils. Blue Devils are going to play on Thursday, a couple of days away. It's May the 14th, a 5:30 start. Check the start time. Northwestern Tigers will be at Tipton, the Tipton Blue Devils. And the next game on the agenda for Central Catholic. Central Catholic's next game will be Friday, the crossover game in the Hoosier Conference. Central Catholic will be at Logansport. Keep in mind they have turf. If it's raining a little bit, it might happen. And that game will start at 6 o'clock. We do thank you for tuning in, and we're going to bow out of here in a moment. Please stay tuned. We'll talk to Coach Bourdonnais. But until then, no matter if you're home or away, if you're doing the teaching and the learning, don't let it go. Keep the fire burning. Live. Talk a minute. Off. All right. Do you know what your plans are? Hey, we're not going to talk to Coach Bourdonnais quite yet. We're going to talk right now with Peyton Aller. Peyton Aller, I tell you what, you are an inspiration to so many people.
Thank you. That means a lot.
I tell you what, I spoke about you during the ball game, talk about your family, talk about Jaron. But I tell you what, you got an ACL.
Yep.
But you're going to come back.
I will.
Will you be back for game 1?
I hope, but it probably won't be. 6 months puts me right before season tips off. They recommend usually about 7 or 8, so I might miss the first month.
Adrian Peterson, are you familiar with him?
Yes.
He got the ACL. He came back in 8 months.
That's my goal. 8 months or earlier. I'll try my best.
Well, I root the best for you. You are an inspiration. Every time I watch you, it's fun to see you as a man and the cross on your leg.
Thank you so much.
Love you. Love you. So we're going to walk this way. So we're going to walk this direction. We'll talk to Coach Bourdonnais. I thought that was a good opportunity, and Peyton, all our family. We'll be right back. All right. What we doing? Good. Ready? Yeah, you good. One. Yeah. We're post game right now. I'm going to talk to Coach Bourdonnais. Coach Bourdonnais, you got some different guys in the game. I saw a guy in the lineup named Bourdonnais in center field.
Yeah, he's stepped in. He's a good defensive player for us, and got his opportunity today, and he did everything he needed to do. And same with some other guys that got an opportunity. Chase Rose got a pinch hit for us. And Vince, I thought Talenko really did a good job on the mound. 4 innings, shut him out. And our middle infielders turned 3 double plays. That was nice to see as well.
So you're going to have a game Friday. You're going to have a couple, 3 days to get ready. That game Friday is going to be a pretty good sized game with Logansport Berries, but you're going to play on turf. They're talking about some rain, but that was not going to bother a turf game probably.
No, we should be good. We should be good. I know Logansport's playing really well right now. They won a couple big ball games this past Saturday against Mishawaka Marion and Fort Wayne Dwinger, who's really having a solid year. So I know that kind of got our attention, and we'll be ready to go. Every time we play Logansport, seems like it's a really tight ball game.
Saturday, 1 o'clock, you're going to play Cecina, but you've added another game. Talk about the Kings.
Yeah, we tried to play the Indianapolis Kings earlier in the year, and we got rained out. Actually, a couple of different times we tried to play them, and so yeah, we're looking for another game on Saturday after our game with Cecina, and it worked out that we're going to play the Kings, and we're going to stay right there at Cecina and play them there. So yeah, they've got some really good arms and some good players, and it'll help us get prepared for the tournament.